Imagine this ball represents our known world, but in reality, this area covered up by tape is what we actually know. According to Universe Today, the Earth has a surface area of 510 million square kilometers, and 361 million of those square kilometers are made up by the ocean, and roughly only about 10% of the ocean is explored. Hi, my name is Jay Weber, and since being introduced to the sport of scuba diving in 2007, I have found a passion for the ocean. Since beginning the sport, I have been certified in as an advanced diver, and I have read and watched anything I could about our underwater world. Today, I would like to persuade you that ocean exploration and research needs to receive more funding. In order to do this, I will explain to you the history, current and potential medical benefits, and funding of ocean exploration and research. Now that we know that we live in a world that's largely unexplored, let's take a look at how we got here. Man has had an interest of exploring below the waves since biblical times. According to marinebio.com, since 500 BC, man has been trying to explore underwater, but has been limited to the amount of air that's in their lungs. This largely remained unchanged until 1860, when Edmund Halley invented the diving bell, allowing divers to go underwater in a contained pocket of air. Then, in 1876, Henry Fluss invented the first fully self-contained diving rig that had the iconic big dome helmet, as you've probably seen in movies. And then in 1930, the modern diving rig emerged in recreational diving that consists of the mask, the regulator, the fins, the air tank, and a buoyancy vest. Then in 1940, Jacques Cousteau made his famous documentaries that highlighted the underwater world. And in 1960, the Terrestre ventured down to the bottom of the Marianas Trench, which is the deepest point in the world. And this is a feat that would remain unmatched until 2012. Now that we know how we got to this point, let's look at potential and current medical benefits from the sea. In an article entitled Medicine from the Sea by Kevin Krajic, he states that over 20,000 new biochemical substances have been discovered for marine creatures in the last 30 years. These biochemical substances are being used to make new drugs. One, for example, is Pryolite. Pryolite is developed from the venom of a Pacific cone snail, and this cone snail's venom is so powerful that it's been known to kill fish and humans alike. When properly synthesized, the venom is used to make Pryolite, which has been found in clinical trials to be 1,000 times more potent than morphine, but lack all the addictive properties. In addition to the Pacific cone snail, blue mussels have been found to have an incredibly strong petroleum-free adhesive that is showing promise in medical trials for sutureless wound closure and dental fixtures. In addition to that, auto companies are using it to improve paint adhesion. Also, a Pennsylvania-based research company has identified anti-cancer properties of Antarctic sea sponges. Although Krajic goes on to say that only 1 to 2% of new compounds found are promising in lab trials, he estimates that there are still 2 million undiscovered marine species out there. Now that we know, now that we know about current potential medical benefits from underwater exploration, let's look at how the funding is. And for the most part, underwater exploration has received a small slice of the federal budget. In the year 2000, the government opened up the U.S. Commission on Ocean Policy, or USCOP. In 2004, according to Dr. Shirley Pompey, in 2004, USCOP secured a $650 million federal budget for ocean exploration and called for an additional $1.3 billion over the next 20 years. In comparison, this funding is inadequate. According to Popular Science, NASA has reported it has spent $20 billion on disregarded research projects alone. This is funding that could be going into ocean exploration. Also, Pompey goes on to say that the U.S. is no longer a world leader in this field, and for the sake of human knowledge, we need to increase the funding. Now that we know how grossly underfunded ocean research has been, let's recap everything I talked about today. Today I informed you about the history, the current potential medical benefits, and the gross underfunding of ocean exploration. With this, I hope I have persuaded you that this topic needs to be further funded and have further attention. Thank you.